Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Karen and this is Karen Sew Slowly. And first of all, can I say welcome to my 139, I think, new subscribers. There, after my last vlog that had like masses of views, which like more than double what I have normally. Thank you for subscribing. If you're new to the channel, hello, and I hope you continue subscribing, and I hope you like what you see. And if you're one of my regular viewers, welcome back, and thank you for subscribing and coming back to see me. So this is a quick Friday sews and a quick sewing chat, and I'm looking down here because I've got my notes, and I am going to get rid of all the airs and ums, I promise. So there shouldn't be many in this vlog from here on in. I've probably said it 10 times already. I know I will have. So first of all, Friday sews. Yeah, I finished my Millicent wrap dress. It is by Stylark. And a lot of viewers, when I said I was going to do it and I showed the fabric that I was going to use in my last vlog, a lot of viewers said, oh, Stylark, they're a little bit sparse with their instructions. And they weren't wrong. Can I just say, I know I whinge about the big four pattern companies, Butterick and Simplicity and all of them, but by gum, yeah. Stylark was very, very, if somebody had chosen this dress, I mean, I don't know why you would choose this dress as your first project if you were just a beginner sewist. You'd have a bit of a death wish, I think, death to sewing basically. But this is the Millicent wrap dress, and I think I showed in my last vlog the reason I liked it was the sleeve. It's a 3/4 sleeve or a shorter sleeve, and it's got like a seam, and this bottom bit of the sleeve is double faced, so you have you cut out four pairs of these bits of material. So and it's darted as well to give it that sort of cup shape, and it creates this puffy sleeve. You don't have a cuff on the bottom, which I loved the sound of that, because every time I've done a cuff I've really made a mess of them, and my machine doesn't like sewing through lots of layers, like when you get around buttons and things like that. So that was great. Really good the way the sleeves came together. Very much a head scratching moment over the sleeves, and very much a head scratching moment over the tie belt. And when you've already constructed the top and the skirt with the pockets, and all you've got left to do is figure out how to put the tie on. The tie is in 3 pieces. So you've got this middle bit here. The blue is the interfacing, so the middle section, this middle bit goes around your back basically, and then these little bits lead out, and they're the actual bits that tie around your body. So one of these joins where you sew the 2 end long bits, which are much longer than they appear here, one of these joins you leave an inch gap, so you have your belt's about yay wide and you leave an inch gap, and that's to thread the belt through. So don't mind telling you, because I said I would tell you all my mistakes, the number of times I put this belt on and got the right hand side of my dress, not the right hand side of my dress, I got it on the wrong side of my dress. So I had the gap, I laid it all out, yes, that's the gap, that's the right hand side of the, and it wasn't, it was the left hand side. So I put the first band on, and then you understitch it. So at one point I took out, if you can imagine, the width of 3 skirt lengths and the wrap of the dress. I unpicked that twice, one time because I had to do the understitching as well as the actual stitching to hold it in place, then the understitching. Unpicked that And fortunately I noticed before I went to sew the second bit of the tie, because again that's double faced and the tie inside is the same as the tie on the outside, and it's interfaced as well. So yeah, but it's finished. And I think if I hadn't been trying to get it finished for Friday sews, I think if I'd just slowed down and read the instructions properly, it would have made a lot more sense. But I did have a look on YouTube in case there was any videos or vlogs or anything where people had made the Millicent wrap dress, and there wasn't any at all. There was loads of other wrap dresses, and I think it was the Elodie or the Elodie wrap dress, that's possibly Stylogue as well, I might be wrong. Somebody did that one, and that had the same thing where you left a gap in your tie belt, you left a gap in your waistband, I should say, for the belt to slot through. And that's an absolute inspired idea if you're a sewer where your seams always meet, because my seams never meet, my notches never meet. I don't even bother with notches now. I try and match seams up and just hope everything else falls into place, because mine never ever match. Very, very occasionally, and I think I did a Tilly in the buttons so long where they actually matched, and I showed it camera because I was so chuffed with it. But they didn't match here, and I'm actually going to go back and measure the pattern pieces, because the back waistband to me did not fit. It was too short for the back of the dress to meet the seams at the side. Well, you obviously want the bit where you slot your belt through, you want that to go at the side where you can reach it, and it's slightly off kilter, it's slightly not on the seam. So there was some fun and games, shall we see. Anyway, I'll show you the dress here, and I shall put some pictures in. So there we are. Take a hat off. Here's Warvera, and as you can see, that's the sleeve I'm talking about, and you see how puffy it is. And I think because I've made this in a cotton poplin and it's slightly stiffer, it works really, really well. I mean, to the point of you look like Popeye a bit where this sleeve actually stands out, but it really does stand out. And if anybody's watching the Sewing Bee the other night, stupid question, of course you were all watching the Sewing Bee the other night, where they had the net to make the sleeve stand up on the shoulders and everything, and they had the net to make, why didn't they just use a stiffer material? It worked. So you can see the underside, that is the inside of the sleeve. So this bit right the way up to that seam there, that's double width of material, which gives it a little bit more structure as well. But I think, oh, there's always a thread, because I've used cotton poplin. I think it's worked even better than it would if it was just a cotton chalet or something like that, where it's not as structured. There is a little bit of, there's the tie detail on the back. There's not this much spare material, you'll have noticed when I wear it. Vera's a little bit thinner than I am at the minute. Hopefully that will change over the next few weeks. And yeah, I'm really, really pleased with it. So it wraps round, and let's see. And here is the bit where you thread through the tie belt. And also I sort of top stitched, don't know if you'll be able to see that, but I top stitched round those, because when I was trying the dress on, it never said to do it in the instructions. I've checked, and it doesn't say anything about top stitching round those two bits, because this is double width. This is front and back material, and you're interfacing as well. when I was trying the dress on and I was trying to thread the tie belt through, I was getting myself into all sorts of difficulty because yeah, the sort of the seam edges were coming back and were covering the hole, and it's not that big a hole anyway. I mean, I did do 1 inch like I suggested, but it could have really done with being a little bit more. So yeah, so that is my Millicent wrap dress, finally, because I've had that pattern quite some time. I bought it ages ago, and those of you who watch me regularly will know I have a dog called Millie, and she gets Millicent when she's being naughty. So that's why I got it, really, because I thought, oh, it's a sign. I'll get that and I'll make that. But yeah, now it's finished. I did quite enjoy making it. There was a lot of swear words and a lot of head scratching, and yeah, if it had been a sew along, I think people would have been pulling out their own teeth for amusement. It would have taken hours. I've literally spent altogether probably about a day and a half on this little sweetie pie, and I don't know when I'm going to wear it. I put it on, showed my hubby, and his first comments were, oh, it's like a dress you would wear to go to a tea party or a garden party. And I thought, yeah, it is really. So now I've got that idea in my head. I just need a garden party to go to. So there you go. Let me know what you think of that. I have to say, this material was a dream to sew with. It didn't fray. It was really, really good. By the way, what I'm wearing is a Mimi G shirt, which I made ages ago, and I think I showed it in one of the very first videos. Oh, just been told I've got low battery. I hardly ever wear it because I don't like pocket boobs, and I get pocket boobs with this shirt. And I made it as, I'd never made a shirt before, I'd never used buttonholes before, and it's got these little pineapples on, and they were an absolute monkey if they were over a seam. They're a bit thicker, and the machine would judder along, especially if you got 2 pineapples together. The other dress I wanted to show you, this is the Sew Over It Martha dress. I made this ages ago. I actually had it on to do this vlog, but it's a little bit big on the top now and a bit gapey here. So I will put it on at some point and show you, and it is very nice on. It's just I need to figure out what to do with the top so that it's not as loose on the top. It has the same sort of principle, except the tie on this dress goes actually through a hole in the bodice. There's no waistband. The hole is actually in the bodice, if you can see that there. And the ties are huge in this dress. So they wrap twice around you, or they can wrap twice around you. But yeah, and it's got pockets as well, as does that dress actually. I think you'll see it on the photographs and the video that I put my hand in my pockets. This has pockets as well, although they're not very big pockets. I can just get my hand in them. And that was the first time I ever put in an invisible zip, so I was quite pleased with that. But yeah, you'll see that one at some point in the future, and I think that was in my very first vlog as well as this shirt. But that was my first attempt at a wrap dress, my first attempt at a dress, or a dress that worked. And this was all bagged out because it's like lined with the main material, the front and the back. And bagging out, can I say, I think the number of times I undid this and bagged it out and then ended up with it exactly the same way, I don't know how you're supposed to learn that without YouTube, without internet. I really don't know. So I'm going to try and get through a bit more of this vlog before my video completely conks out. My battery, I should say. Gigi Salker, who's one of my regular viewers, I get quite a lot of comments off her, or him, could be him, I don't know, recommended for a wrap dress to look at the Sinclair Patterns full wrap dress. I think it's the Joanna dress, and I did look at it and it is lovely. Yeah, the Joanne full wrap dress, but I could only find Sinclair Patterns on like American websites. I don't know if anybody else knows where I can actually find them, but if you could let me know, that would be great. And yeah, so, and I got some advice off my viewers. I think I've already said that the style art could be a little bit sparse on instructions, and it, yeah, definitely was. It said to bag out the ties, and bagging out the ties just means turning them the right way around. But when I bagged out, I thought of that Martha dress, and I just thought, oh my god, bagging out, no, I didn't want to be doing bagging out again, because I got myself such a state with that. If anybody watched my last vlog as well, where I've got the play suit on, the green and white play suit that I made from the material from Beyond the Pink Door, a Kik Dawson, who's an ex-Geordie lass, she, oh no, that was somebody else, yeah, it was So Love My Dogs. It's one of my viewers, her channel's So Love My Dogs, and she suggested putting a zip up the back of the play suit, and I think next time I might consider that, or I might just make it in a stretchy fabric. You'll remember I said you had to contort your body and be an absolute yoga guru, and you know, dislocate your shoulders and your hips and things to get into the thing. So she suggested putting a zip up the back, and that would be an idea if you'd made it in a sort of a stiffer material like I did, like a viscose rather than a jersey fabric that had a bit stretch to it. Kik Dawson, what Kik Dawson was saying was, I hate finishing off my overlocker threads. I'm absolutely terrible, and I mentioned in my last video that I'd seen somebody who ties a knot in it like you would a piece of string when you're threading a needle and you put a knot in the end, and just pulls the knot down. I tried it, doesn't work. My knot's about an inch away from where I want it. So Kik Dawson, who is the ex-Geordie girl, she said if you tie the knot round the needle and pull the needle down to where you want the knot to be, it does. And I'm still getting about 3 millimeters away from where I want it to be, but it's better than an inch. So yeah, so that is a really good, so I've been using a big darning needle that I've got, tying a knot in the overlocker threads, and then at the last minute putting the needle through, but putting it flat on the material, and then pulling the knot tight towards the needle, but getting the needle right up against where I want the knot to be. And I think it'll take a little bit more practice, but it is definitely working better than doing nothing, which is what I was doing before. I was just including the trapping them in the next seam along. I wasn't doing anything with me thread worms, they're called thread worms. Is it thread worms, or is that what you get? No, that's thread veins. Thread worms, they are thread worms. Sorry. Right. And the other thing quickly I wanted to do was my Temu haul. I was desperate for a new stitch unpicker, so I did get some stitch unpickers off Temu, and I appear to have lost them. Here they are, and I got four tiny little ones, and this one, bless it, was the one that unpicked that waistband on that skirt about 4 times, and they're absolutely brilliant. I think I paid about £1.50 for them. There's 4 of them anyway. They were really, really cheap. But I did have a prim one this size, a blue and white one, and it's getting blunt now, and that is just purely down to me using it so much. I think it's just been used beyond repair. And as soon as I started with this one, I thought, yeah, that other one is really, really blunt now. These are fab. So there was 4 different colours. They're all little, they're all the same size. But yeah, really pleased with those for the price. And the other thing I bought from Temu was some overlocker thread in a pale blue colour. I sew with blue so much, and I have a limited choice of colours that I've got on the overlocker threads. But I think these were £6.50 for 4 cones. I haven't opened them yet. I don't know what they'll be like. I don't know what the thread's like. Actually, it's coming out the bottom there. It's good. I mean, it's not breaking. It's not like snapping straight away. So we can assume that that's quite a good buy as well. And like I say, I think there was £6.50 for 4 cones, which is really reasonable. You can get 4 cones on Amazon for about a tenner, which is what I usually buy, which I've bought in the past. And finally, the last thing I've got for this Friday Sews Quickly is, do you want to send me your questions? I had quite a lot of people sending questions already, but I thought my new subscribers would like to send me some. There we go, there's the dogs. The dogs are always in my videos, aren't they? Sending me a question, anything you'd like to know within reason, about me, where I live, what I did as a job, what I'm doing now, why I started sewing. I've had that one quite a bit, and anything else, anything to do with my health, my cancer treatment, anything like that. If you have any questions at all, if you let me have them. We're going away for a week, and I've set this video to come out tomorrow for Friday Sews, and I'm going to record another couple of vlogs to come out for next week as well. So when I get back, which I think will be the 8th of August, I get back home. On that Sunday, the 9th of August, I'll go through and I'll list my questions, and then I'll then do a vlog on all the questions that people have asked. So if you've got any questions at all, if you've already sent me them, I've already got them. But if you do have any questions you'd like to ask, please do. Please feel free. Please comment below. If you haven't subscribed already and you just found me today, please subscribe. Please give me a like if you've liked what you've seen, and it'll be very, very much appreciated, I do promise you. And I've still talked for 22 minutes, and this was meant to be a really, really quick Friday Sews. So have a great weekend, everybody. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you all again soon. Take care. Bye.